Here are 10 shocking proofs about black people in the Bible that challenge traditional narratives and highlight the presence of black individuals in biblical history. Did you know that the Bible is filled with black people and African heritage? Yet, many of these shocking truths remain hidden in plain sight. In this video, we'll reveal 10 shocking proofs that black people played significant roles in biblical history. Get ready to be amazed as we uncover these powerful facts. Chapter 1. The first humans were likely black. Genesis 2:7. Let's start at the beginning. The Bible says in Genesis 2:7 that God formed Adam from the dust of the ground. What color is soil in most parts of Africa and the Middle East? Dark brown to black. Scientific and genetic evidence suggests that human life originated in Africa, meaning the first people were likely black, aligning with biblical geography. Chapter 2. Ethiopians are central in the Bible, Jeremiah 13:23. The Bible mentions Ethiopia, referred to as Cush, over 50 times. In Jeremiah 13:23, the prophet acknowledges the distinct dark skin of Ethiopians, proving their prominence in biblical history. The land of Cush was one of the first great civilizations in history. Chapter 3. Moses married a black woman, Numbers 12:1. Here's a shocker. Moses, one of the greatest biblical leaders, had a black wife. Numbers 12:1 tells us that his wife, Zipporah, was a Cushite, meaning she was from an African lineage. Miriam and Aaron even criticized Moses for marrying her. This shows how race was acknowledged in biblical times. Chapter 4. Jesus' lineage includes a black woman, Matthew 1:5. Did you know that Jesus' family tree includes a black woman? Rahab, a Canaanite woman, was an ancestor of Jesus. Canaanites were historically dark-skinned people, meaning Jesus' lineage included African heritage. Chapter 5. Simon of Cyrene was likely black. Luke 23:26. Simon of Cyrene is another black figure in the Bible. Cyrene was located in North Africa, modern-day Libya, meaning Simon was likely of African descent. He was chosen to help Jesus carry the cross, making him a part of one of the most significant moments in history. Chapter 6. The Ethiopian Eunuch was a key figure in Christianity, Acts 8:27-39. One of the first recorded non-Jewish Christians was an Ethiopian official. In Acts 8, Philip baptized this high-ranking Ethiopian, and he took Christianity back to his homeland, where Ethiopia became one of the first Christian nations. Chapter 7. Ancient Egypt and Israel's close connection. Exodus 12:40-41. The Israelites lived in Egypt for over 400 years. Since Egyptians were a dark-skinned people, it's likely that the Israelites resembled them more than European depictions suggest. Chapter 8. The Queen of Sheba was a black African ruler, 1 Kings 10:1-13. The Queen of Sheba, often identified with Ethiopia, was a black ruler who visited King Solomon, bringing gifts of gold, spices, and precious stones. Sheba is often identified with modern-day Ethiopia or Yemen. Ethiopian tradition claims she had a son with Solomon, starting the Ethiopian royal lineage, which sees itself as connected to Israel. Chapter 9. Ham's descendants settled in Africa. Genesis 10:6-7. Noah's son Ham had 4 sons: Cush, Ethiopia, Sudan; Mizraim, Egypt; Put, Libya; and Canaan, Israel, Palestine. Many African civilizations stemmed from Ham's lineage, proving deep African directly ties to biblical history. Genesis 10 is often referred to as the Table of Nations, as it outlines the descendants of Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their subsequent settlements and nations. Chapter 10. Jeremiah's rescuer was a black man. Jeremiah 38:7-13. Ebed-Melech, an Ethiopian official, saved the prophet Jeremiah when he was thrown into a cistern. Because of his faithfulness, God promised him protection during Jerusalem's destruction. Jeremiah 39:15-18, showing divine favor towards this African man. Conclusion. As we have seen, the Bible is filled with evidence of the black presence and African heritage. From the first humans formed from the dust of the earth, Genesis 2:7, to the Ethiopian eunuch who embraced Christianity, Acts 8:27-39, black people have played a crucial role in biblical history. The scriptures clearly demonstrate that Africa and its people were not only present, but influential in God's divine plan. Ethiopia is mentioned numerous times as a land of great importance, Psalm 68:31, and the Queen of Sheba's visit to Solomon highlights Africa's historical and spiritual significance, 1 Kings 10:1-13. These stories remind us that the Bible is a global book. It's time to recognize and embrace the rich African heritage within the scriptures. This knowledge not only affirms history but also strengthens faith, proving that God's plan has always been inclusive of all people. If you found this video eye-opening, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more biblical revelations. And let us know in the comments which proof surprised you the most.